Thank Thibaut et Max. Allez, Max! Il vient de m'envoyer, on t'entend. Oh, je vais crier pour eux. Je crie pour eux.
J'aurais fait coucou. Tu vas avoir un message.
Alors j'ai dit, le petit Suisse m'a donné un ricola que j'ai de la foi.
игр, а подорожку мы не сказали, что 5 игр.
Et hashtag PMR a dit hashtag PMR. Comment on
Varning igen eller? Ja, det är samma. Ja. Det får vi väl tro att han har fått fast. Står vi där? Ja. Vi taggade nu.
Nein. Gute Mann.
Ja, das mit dem Grün natürlich gar nicht gefallen. Dann für die Idee kommt ich bin schwach. tacos. Ist okay. Wobei das vermutlich nicht anders ist mit dem Aluminium. Jetzt spielt so weiter. Sehr gut. Die Klinge eben. Max, brauchst du noch Wasser? Ja.
All right. Good morning, everybody, especially for those who are in the European zone. Good afternoon, good evening for those of you in the Asian zone. And we wish you sleeping pretty well on those other pretty long, far away time zones. It's a pleasure to be here today. We are with Mr. Joachim. Good morning, buddy. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. Yeah.
Ready to see some action?
Yeah, I am.
It's quite entertaining. It's a lot of talent out there. It is young kids. I see a lot of high scoring. This morning has become a again, a very high scoring day. We see a lot of strikes. We see a lot of good bowling going on. And I don't know what you think about it. It looks like they found the spot. We can see there's a lot of friction on the outside. And most of them have really found out the way to read the pattern and get the most of it.
Yeah, it feels like they learned something from from the first day. It was better yesterday, and it's even better today, I think. So yeah, I think they find something, and they're staying a little bit more outside today, I think.
Looks that way. It looks that way. Maybe it could be because of the weather outside. It's a little bit more cold today up here in Sweden. It's a little bit more windy, a little bit more humid. And we suppose that affected just a little bit the lanes. And also the big difference from yesterday to today is they're bowling on squat number 1, not on the second one. So probably that also affects a little bit the lanes.
I think so.
Currently, we still have on the top Mr. Slovakia, isn't he? He's doing an amazing week. And the other one that has jumped up a lot is Australia. He went up all the way. He's finding and fighting the way up. So it's becoming interesting. It's not really set who's going to be on top 16 yet. There's a lot of bowlers in a very tight.
It's very tight
right now. I mean, top 16 is Germany, 29-64, and we still go up till 23. It's 29-20, and we still have 4 games to go. So it's still a lot of bowlers that can go in, and a lot of bowlers that can drop down.
Yeah, it is. It's really tight. I think the cuts are even tighter today than yesterday. I think it's.
By the way, we had a small bowling exhibition yesterday with some of the best Swedish bowlers. Joachim was part of it, and unless I'm wrong, you guys tested the same pattern.
Yeah, we did.
How did that play for you?
It was fun. It's not that easy that it seems like, but I think like these juniors that are playing now, they're really reading the lane very good and playing with the right ball choices and the right lines.
It's fun to see for me how more and more young bowlers are starting to use the backup technique as well, just in order to make sure they have less traffic and they are not they don't get too much involved into trouble. Because today's bowling, one of the big difference from at least from my generation to today, is that the traffic that you're gonna follow, it's gonna affect a lot, even for the good and for the bad. It wasn't that crazy 20 or 30 years ago, but today with the bowling, new bowling equipment, those balls that absorb so much oil, so the guys at Kegel and so they have to put more oil than they did 20 years ago. And depending on what type of material it's being played on the lanes, it's going to affect it one way or the other. So the changes are major compared to what we did a few years back.
Yeah, it is. It's way more difference than we used to be. But I think they're finding a new way to like solving the problem. Even when they play with urethane or like reactive resonance. So I think they are, we older bowlers need to learn something from the younger, and the other way around as well. But I think the backup bowlers are a little bit more than they used to be, and I think the younger players are really good at throwing backups. Like the Norwegian guy here, he plays like the backup or the normal shots or whatever.
It makes it look so easy. It makes it look like it's a natural game for him. He doesn't do any effort. It just happens so easily, so natural. Actually, I have a fun story about backup bowling. I remember, I don't know if not many of you guys know, but I was a coach in Mora in the north of Sweden for a couple of years during the pandemic. And once I've been up there in Mora, I think it was 1 week after I've been up there, a young kid comes and asks me, can I ask you something? It happened to be Carl Aikman. And he goes to me like, what do you think about me bowling backup? So I asked back to him, are you good at it? And he says, I think so. And then I go, okay, so why you ask me? If you're good, where's the question?
Yeah.
And back then at the moment, I don't even know who the coach was for him or the responsible for him. But he mentioned like, oh, my coach doesn't really like it and he just wants me to bowl normal. And I said, well, Carl, if you really feel like that you are good doing it, don't listen to the coach. For once, I mean, if he gives you any trouble, just tell him I said it.
Yeah.
So you can blame it on me and it's not going to be your fault. And the fun thing about it is that a couple of months later, we ran a tournament there in Mora. It was the Dala Touren.
Yeah.
He came with his father, with Tony Eklund. They both bowled one squad. They shot more or less the same, 1360, 1350, 1380, whatever it was. And it was enough for them to make it into the final. But
Yeah.
Carl comes to me and says, I think I'm going to bowl again. And I'm like, yeah, but you have enough pins to be in the final. And his answer is, yeah, but my dad is lefty and he's not that good. And the fact that he made the same pins that I did, it tells me that if I bowl backup,
Yeah.
I'm going to score higher. So he bowled again. And that's when he made the Swedish record.
Yeah.
He shot 1640 or 1650 or whatever that was. 15-year-old
Yeah.
bowling backup. And for me, it was like, okay, he just bowled like 230 average and he wasn't satisfied with that. Now I'm going to go back up and I'm going to bowl 270 average.
Yeah.
And
Really good.
for an older bowler like me, even I was there coaching and I had many, many years of knowledge and experience, but it was something that opened up my eyes like, okay, bowling is really changing. Bowling is really becoming something that we need to be aware of the changes, and they look so natural that why should we forbid the young ones to really use their talent? I mean, if they can do more things that we could, why should we stop them?
Exactly. I think the same. And I think you have to play the lane where the best place to play is. Like, if it's backup or it's normal or it's lofting over the gutter or whatever, you have to play like the best area for the lane to play right now. Sometimes you have to play the pattern, sometimes you have to play the lane, and sometimes you have to like take away everything
I was
and
going to
just
say,
play
sometimes
the
you have to go home.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
It's a lot of people out there, especially when you go onto Facebook and social media. Yeah, we know how the 21st century works. It's a lot of people talking, let's say, not so polite about the two-handers. And I always bowl one-handed.
Yeah.
It's way too late for me to bowl two hands, especially I don't have the energy. I have a lot of pain, so it's even if it's something I would like to learn or something that I can actually do because I can do it, but my speed is way too slow. But this is a message for all of you guys that bowl one hand and you are kind of, excuse me for the word, bitching about the two-handers. I'm going to tell you about the Olympic Games. If you go back 50 years ago when they made the high jump, everybody was jumping front way.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there was one guy that decided to jump backwards.
Yeah.
And he was like 50 centimeters higher jumping than anyone else.
Yeah.
And right after that, everybody started jumping that way. I mean,
that's a
life
part of the
is-
sport.
Life is evolution,
Yeah.
and bowling is part of life and part of evolution. So we shouldn't be complaining about, oh, they use two hands, oh, they don't use a thumb or whatever. I think we should encourage it because the better the sport becomes and the more effective we become about it, the better chance we're going to have to at least finally sometime become Olympic or close to Olympic. I think we shouldn't limit the
No.
talent of the people. Just let them be.
I think the same. I think we have to like develop bowling in this case. Like I said before, you have to play the right way or the way that you need to do. And if we go back like 30 years, the rev rate average are like 250.
I agree.
Uh,
That's been a
and
big change over there.
yeah, and now the rev rates are approximately like 450, 500.
450, 500.
Yeah.
And going up.
Exactly. So, of course, the sport will be growing in every way. So you have to development like your game in every way. And I think if that means you have to throw backup or straight or like a spinner or whatever, do it. You have to do your thing in the best way you can possibly do.
I agree. I mean, if we talk about when we were younger and we used to bowl in wooden lanes, no synthetics,
Yeah.
and the balls used to have no core, no differential, no RG, no nothing, and they didn't do any flare. Bowling was a lot about repetition and consistency. I mean, if you could repeat more than anyone else and aim better than anyone else, and you more or less understood the angle that you need to get to carry, you had chances to be pretty much always on the top.
Yeah.
Today, the game has developed into a much higher average, and it's no longer that much, at least on most of the tournaments, especially opens. The lanes are opening up pretty fast
Yeah.
because of the material and because everything that's happening. So it's not so much about accuracy as it used to be. Of course, you still need to be accurate. Of course,
Yeah.
still need to be consistent, but you need to be aware of things that we really didn't care that much back in the day. Back in the day, when you bowled to 20 average, you were top three pretty much in any tournament all around the world. Today, unless you bowl to 50 and more, there's no chance.
No.
So that means you don't only have to read the pattern and find out where you're going to have a bigger margin of error, but you also need to be aware on how the pins are falling. You need to understand what's happening down there on the lane in order for you to change the angle. And I think that is one of the small things, especially in events like that. You can see a little bit of the knowledge difference between some of the countries. You can see which countries have that little bit extra knowledge. So they really find out, okay, my ball, where it's not like 25 years ago. We used to talk about this ball hooks less, this ball hooks more. Now it's a little bit more like this ball hooks sooner, this ball hooks later,
Yeah.
in order to determine, am I on the right angle? Am I going to get the right carry? When I was younger, people used to go home like, oh, I bowled so good today, but I was so unlucky. I have so
Yeah.
many single pins over there. And when you think about it now, it's like, no, it's not about luck.
Nope.
It's you just didn't have the right angle.
Exactly.
And when I do some coaching, I try to explain them, and because everybody has been in this situation before, that you go back home and, oh, today I bowled really bad, but for some reason I kept striking and I kept striking. Okay, it's not that today you were lucky. Today you had the right angle into the pocket
Yeah.
and all the way around. Oh, today I made so many good shots and I hit the target over and over again. I was all day in the pocket, but man, I didn't do any more than 10 to 10 to 10 to 10. How unlucky I was.
No.
Well, it's not a matter of luck, it's actually a matter of angles. So it's always evolution, it's always room for improvement, it's always room to learn more. And if something I have learned with the years about bowling is that you never stop learning, you never stop.
No. You're learning all the time, and I think my mother bowled on a pretty high level for a long time, and she always told me like when you think you're fully learned, you have learned like 50-60%.
Yeah,
And I think that's something these younger guys or girls need to learn, that even when you think you have figured out your game for 100%, you have even learned like half.
that's true. That's true.
And that's why we need to like we want we will like need to improve the whole time, and we want to be hungry to do it for our own sake, to take the next step all the time. It doesn't matter if you're like 15 or you're 35 or you're 55. You can still learn something, and you will learn every day, and you can take steps every day your whole life in bowling. And I think that's the good thing about this, because you you learn when you learn something. It's not all about scoring pace or the scoring you do, it's so much more.
It is a lot more. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very complex game for those that you're not really that professional, or it's just league bowlers and stuff like that. I mean, it's a very complex game. It's a lot of factors that are intervening, and of course, if you just bowl a night league, you just use the same pair over and over again. You just bowl 4 games in that pair, and then you come back next week and you have another pair. But you also bowl those 4 games on that pair. You experience traffic in a different way, as when, for example, now in this World Cup we are watching right now with the youth, they change after every game. So
Yeah.
that means you really need to be aware about what happened in that pair I'm gonna go on to. Is it a lot different? Is it drier? Is it wetter? Should I move my line outside? Should I move my line inside? And as soon as I move my line deeper or outer, I also need to think about what's going to happen with the angle on my breakpoint. And we can see it's a little bit of confusion sometimes on some of the bowlers. For example, they have when they are bowling, especially today when they are using urethane with a lot of grit, and as soon as they move the breakpoint a little bit too deep inside, because the ball is reading so early, the carry is gone.
Yeah.
And of course, there are some of them that they understand why that is happening, and they just simply decide to, okay, I'm gonna play a little bit safe for now. 210 is gonna be okay, so I don't need 290 or 280. So they accept they're gonna have a little bit less carry, but they want to keep that control. But then on the other hand, I'm gonna talk, for example, yesterday I spoke to the girl from Costa Rica.
Yeah.
She's actually leading. She's bowling amazing. She has an amazing technique, and they have been quite aware. I've seen a bowl both urethane and reactive and so and so. But there was one of the things that surprised me just a little bit. When she jumped into the reactive, it was a very polished pearl bowl, and the breakpoint was quite far to the right.
Yeah.
And so I had to ask her at the end of the day, were you just already sacrificing a little bit of the carry, but in order to be able to keep the ball out there and skid through the heads, or you just moved that ball and you didn't really think that much that, oh, I'm having the breakpoint a little bit too far to the right for such a sensitive, strong cover stock, and even if she was hitting the pocket over and over again, the carry wasn't there anymore.
No.
She had a lot of 9 pins, 10 pins, solid 7, solid 9, solid 10. And for those who doesn't really know about the game and they were looking behind, I could hear some comments like, "Oh, she's so unlucky right now. She's so unlucky right now." And that's why we guys are trying to explain a little bit. It's no longer about the balls hooking more or hooking less, but when are the balls hooking, how late or how soon they are hooking, so you can really put them to work on the proper angle that's going to really help you.
Yeah.
So it's becoming a very interesting event, especially when you have bowlers from so many countries, the best bowlers of each country, we could say, and it's full of talent.
Yeah.
And it's not only their own decisions; they have the coaches as well. So it's a lot of brainstorming going on, and I think it's very interesting for the viewers.
Yeah, and I think that's the fun thing about this. And when you look at the first squad, the scores were a lot lower than they are now. So they're learning something, and they are doing it really, really good. Like the Slovakian guy who has front 8 now. So the scores are really, really high right now. There's a lot of good scores.
Slovakia has been trying to get that perfect game over and over again. I think it's the third time he's started with at least 8 in a row.
Yeah.
It's really, really going after it. Let's see what happens.
Plays on lane number 4 right now.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought we
4
were going to
pin.
cheat it. Yeah, you got the 4 pin,
Great.
so that's good. Good angle.
9 from start.
Usually when you get the 4 pin down, it's a very good angle.
Yeah.
That's a tip I learned from Sid Allen, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best coaches out there. Very fun guy, though.
We'll see if he
Okay,
can
and
make
how
it
is the
later.
score now? Top 16, we said it's 211.7 average.
Yeah.
Philippines is on 17 at 2011.6. England is 211.6. Ireland is 211.3. New Zealand 210.9. So it's a lot of bowlers
It's
in a
really
very,
tight.
very, very tight. I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's going to be very interesting to see the end of this squad and see who goes on and who stays out.
Yeah, it's 5 players in 1.6
Average.
average.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tight. Yeah, there's a lot of good bowlers here and a lot of talent, and it's fun to see that they are using it the right way because of their learning from squad to squad. I think the scores in the finals are going to be really high.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think so too, because also not only the learning process, the learning curve from day after day, they know a little bit better the pattern.
Yeah.
They know a little bit better what kind of transition they can expect. And but also when you leave it to the top 16, you're supposed to be the best bowler, so they're probably gonna have a little bit better accuracy and repetition, so that should even make the lane a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, easier, I will say. And I think when the best bowlers, if you can say that, in the finals, I think they're going to play quite the same lines.
Mm?
So they will stay in the same area, and I think they can like
Open up the lane
Yeah,
a little quicker.
they can use each other to keep the scores up.
They're gonna benefit one from the other and
Exactly.
getting the area bigger and bigger, so the scores are gonna go higher and higher. I wouldn't be surprised to see one or two perfect games on top 16.
Me neither.
Okay, where we go? And
Yeah.
Slovakia's got the front line now.
Front 9.
And he's about
His
to
turn
go
right
for
now on lane
10
3.
frame. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully we don't jinx the guy. He's been trying for quite a while now.
Hopefully he learned something from the other times.
Let's see what goes on.
Yeah. The Swedish guy playing really good right now. Robin.
Robin has a high game, yeah.
Yeah.
I just had the 210.
210, yeah.
On the 10th.
Oh,
But that's an easy spare. That's actually my favorite spare.
that's good.
I miss the 310 over and over again, but I spare a lot the 210.
Oh,
Slovakia
9 pin.
just got the solid 9. He's like, I'm never gonna make
Oh.
300 in this bowling alley. I'm gonna make sure to interview again and have some fun with him. Like, what just happened?
Yeah. He will have a talk to Patrick later. Make some changes.
Was a wrong pin standing there.
Yeah. Maybe he will blame the angle, like you were talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about angle. He's gonna listen to us later on, and I was at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
You can never be wrong when you shoot 280.
No. Good spare.
That's
Always
one of the fun.
important.
That's one of the fun parts of this Youth World Cup. It's unbelievable how many strikes all of them can actually get. But I must say, I'm impressed on how many single pins they miss.
Yeah.
This generation is like they got used to such high scoring that they stopped caring about the spare shots. And of course, when the lanes are like this, with a little bit of friction outside and a little bit of room inside, you're gonna do so many strikes that you don't really care if you miss one pin here, one pin there.
No.
But guys, what's gonna happen when you get a tougher pattern and you just strike 3 or 4 times per game? That means you're gonna have to spare 6 times per game. And when the spare average is not that high, I think they're gonna suffer some.
Yeah. I think so too. And of course, your spare game isn't the prio when you strike like 8 or 9 times per game, but we can see here some places here, some people are struggling when they're leaving a lot of pins. But I think that's a learning.
It's a learning curve as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you who are listening and watching online now and you're younger and you're thinking like, what are these old Jurassic Park guys talking about sparing right now? But the thing is, we have been in bowling long enough to let you know that the patterns and the conditions, they also are a little bit like clothes, you know. For 2 or 3 years it's gonna be umbrellas. For the next 2 or 3 years it's gonna be skirts. For the next year it's gonna be the Ray-Ban sunglasses coming back and thick jeans or very big jeans. I mean,
Yeah.
things change during the time. And what I'm trying to say is now it's very popular to bowl worldwide and get very high scoring tournaments and very high scoring events. And then, of course, sparing is not that big of an issue. But what's going to happen 2 or 3 years from now if they start going again for these kind of reverse block things, a little bit flatter patterns, and all of you guys stop striking 8, 9 times per game, and you go down to 3 strikes per game? Then you're all going to be like, what are you going to do? You're going to find a psychiatrist? You're going to quit bowling? I think sparing is very easy. It doesn't really require much time. And when you stop to think of it, I mean, the pin is about 5 boards thick.
Yeah.
The ball is another 7 boards thick. So when you put the pin in there and 1 ball on each side, that means you have nearly 15 boards.
Yeah.
That whatever you put that ball on 15 boards down on the break point, you're gonna hit the pin.
It's almost a half lane.
Yeah, I mean, you have no excuses to miss any single pins.
No.
Oh, I can hear them all bitching now. Like, learn to bowl two hands, do some strikes, and then you won't care about sparring either.
It's like a lot of other sports. Like take golf for example. Like putting or chipping are the most important things there. And in bowling, the spares are the most important things because we know how to strike,
Mhm.
but when we know how to spare as well, that's when we can be really, really good. And like take, for example, we can take Walter Ray Williams Jr., one of
Walter
the
Ray.
most,
Amazing guy.
one of the best bowlers ever. He had one season, I think, almost 100% spares in a single season
single season.
in PBA. Like that's when you will make the titles because when it's tight, when you need to spare and you don't have the experience to spare a lot, that will be tough to win in those situations. But when you have a good spare shot, you can like rely on it in every single time, and all these hard, like all the finals when you're a little bit stressed and you're need the strike and you will leave the 10 pin or whatever.
Mhm.
You have to strike and you have to spare.
Yeah, I agree absolutely. We can see, guys, for example, when we see the U.S. Open,
Yeah.
and the lanes are not that easy as some of the other PBA events. All of a sudden, we start to see guys like Norm Duke showing up there,
Yeah.
and everyone is like, "Ooh, how can he bowl so good when he's like 150 years old?" But that's why.
Yeah.
He can spare, he can be accurate,
Yeah.
and that's what we guys are talking about. If the patterns start becoming a little bit tougher again, like they were in the past, then you guys gonna need the spare as well.
Yeah.
Striking is not gonna be enough.
The tougher the pattern is, the older the guys will be
On
be on the
top,
top.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane, but it's the way it is.
It's hard to say, but that's the truth.
Okay, they are ending. Is it the third game or the fourth game? Third game, right?
Third game.
So we
Yeah,
have
third game.
3 games to go. Yeah, 3 games to go. Let's have a look at how things are right now.
Yeah, we had
Uh,
two 279s this game. The top two guys did 279. The Norwegian and the Slovakia guy.
Actually, we are getting to a point when you make 210 and you drop down quite a few places.
Yeah.
Okay, now Germany is still on 16 with
There's a couple of guys.
31.89. England is just 6 pins behind. It would be out of the cut at the moment. Ireland is up there, but Ireland is bowling better. We can see Chris Lowen is in the house and giving a hand. Definitely is at
Doing
least
something.
giving the motivation. for the bowler in Ireland. New Zealand is getting closer. Latvia is also pretty close.
New Zealand's game hasn't come in yet.
I would say, yeah, even all the way to
238 on 248 on the New Zealand guy, so he will be up there.
New Zealand has been twisting from backup, regular, backup. I mean, we have seen Norway's bowling backup all the way through.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed during the tournament, but New Zealand, I've seen him doing both things. It's kind of funny also how easy it becomes for them to do both things. I mean, I tried to do backup and my wrist is hurting even just to think about it.
Exactly.
Flexibility is not here anymore with me, guys.
You're not 20 anymore.
No, it's been a long time since I was 20. Okay, and Robin is sitting on a comfy 10th place at the moment. He's got 100 pins above the cut, so he shouldn't be that worried.
That should
just
be
makes
good.
3 regular games should keep him on the spot.
Yeah. I think the guy from England, Ireland, Latvia, and Philippines need pretty good last games to be there.
Oh, Philippines just shot 159.
Yeah.
I wonder what pair was he bowling on. Because if one thing we have seen, and that we must accept, that it's a fact. He just got the 2-8-10 on lane 3. He just spread the 2-8-10 on lane 3. That was pretty cool to watch. We have to admit that lanes 1 to 6 are a little bit tougher than the rest of the bowling alley. We have seen some high scoring on those pairs. It's not that they are impossible, but most of the bowlers seem to have a little bit more of issues on those 3 pairs than when they are on the other side of the bowling alley.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be a factor as well on what's going to happen in the cut if the guys who are tight over there.
Yeah.
Even if it's not only the lane, but mentally,
Exactly.
It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna play the last 2 games in that corner that I didn't like, and because bowling, after all, is a mental game as well. You need to have your mind properly set, otherwise you can get easily in trouble.
Yeah, I heard there were a couple of guys that told the coaches there, 1920 is so much faster today than the other lanes. So when people hear that and players hear that, they will have it in mind when they get there.
It's
So
kind
they
of a
will do
wake-up
something.
call.
Yeah.
I must confess now, when I was a real bowler and I bowled a lot and I was trying to win tournaments and stuff, that was one of the things one of my tricks I used to do from time to time, and I hope not many of those I did it they're listening at the moment. I remember that sometimes if I was facing somebody that was, God damn it, he's really doing good today, it's gonna give me a hard work, so I would get close to him and whisper on his ear, my God, you have been training a lot. It looks much better now. The technique, it has become much better. Just to try to get in their mind, so the next shot they will be thinking, okay, what am I doing different? Because he has noticed that.
Exactly.
So you can see it's a lot of things you can do to win. Actually, I'm not telling you to do that, but use as many tools as you can. I mean,
yeah.
After all, it's not like football or basketball that you can defend the other bowler. You cannot stand in front of him and then try to
block him.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But you can actually get into their minds in a way.
Bowling is very much mental. So I think the Slovakian guy liked the second pair, the 56 pair. Pretty good. Start with a double.
He did okay yesterday. I think he shot 289 on 5 and 6.
Okay.
So he's probably the only one who really loves those 3 pairs. He just shot 279 on 3-4, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did.
He likes the left side of the alley, definitely. And for guys like me, I mean, it's also fun to see that the leader is actually bowling one-handed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that even if technique is new, even if there's a lot of changes in the game, you can still be quite effective by using one hand.
Of course you can. I think you have to do like what you think is best, and a lot of these players are throwing two hands, of course, but there is a couple of guys that throws it really good one-handed also. So yeah, that's good when you can do both.
I mean, if we think about EJ Tackett,
Yeah,
what about him? He's doing impressive seasons,
pretty good season.
year after year after year. He seems to get better every year, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Andrew Anderson is also one.
Andrew is quite an elegant bowler. I
Yeah,
think he reminds me a little bit. Now, some of the listeners are going to be, who? Uh, in a way, he reminds me of Mike Colby back in the day. I know Mike was
okay.
a lefty, but he was that
Yeah.
kind of smooth,
Yeah.
beautiful approach and just let the ball do the job with a very beautiful gripping, of course. The ball's not going to do anything unless you give some reps to it, but he makes it so natural.
Yeah.
And Andrew has got also that kind of beautiful motion.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have to do that much in order to make the ball work.
There's a couple of guys on the tour that makes it looks so easy. It doesn't seems like they are releasing the ball and the ball's just hooking the whole lane. Like Dominic Barrett in his best days.
Oh, Dominic.
It doesn't look like he throws the ball at all.
Sending a hug
Yeah.
to Dominic. I haven't met him for a while now. It's a very good friend.
Yeah.
He came to Barcelona many times and bowled the event over there. He
Yeah.
won. I think he won a couple of times. I have to say I wasn't bowling those years. Otherwise, he wouldn't have won because that was my garden. I had the 300 game on every single lane in that bowling alley. And if you find me on YouTube, actually, there's a couple of 300 games on that bowling alley that they point to me and then they point up and it already says 1 for 300, 1 for 300. And the guy in the camera says like, of course, it's bowling home.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that we had back in the past that you guys don't have anymore. When we used to bowl on wooden lanes, of course the house bowler, you knew the topography of every single lane. So every time you change the burr, okay, now I know I'm going to move 2 to the left, I'm going to move 2 to the right from the start, even before you made a shot, because you knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And that's something that it's not that usual anymore with synthetic lanes.
No, it's not. We have a couple of bowling centers here in Sweden. That's a big difference between lanes, but overall it's much better than wooden lane.
All right, it's getting interesting now. Things are getting tight. You can see some of the bowlers feeling the pressure already. It's a bit of tension, especially for those who are fighting there with the cut. I see a little bit of more aggressive shots.
Yeah.
We saw actually Germany just put the ball in the gutter.
Oh. There's a lot of 7, 6s, 5s. So I think the players are a little bit more nervous now. More splits and more misses.
More misses, more splits, a little bit more pressure because we're getting close to the cut. Probably the transition is also,
of course,
happening.
And grabbing the ball a little bit more, maybe.
So it's a few factors now that are making this game interesting.
Yeah. The average were increasing almost 2 pins this last game.
It went up, that's true.
Yeah. From 211 to
something. Now the cut is 213.4. True.
So now it's some guys there making their way out in top 16s and trying to
get up there.
Yeah.
We have Germany, England, and Ireland. They are only like 10 to 30 pins below the cut. Then it's small step of another 30 pins for Latvia and 80 pins for Philippines.
Yeah.
Philippines is gonna be disappointed with the last game. He shot 159. That didn't help much.
It wasn't the right way to do.
Let's see. I mean, it's another 3 games to go, so
A
a lot of things can happen still.
Yeah, there's a lot of points left to play on. Where is the...
He's got the first front 5 again for Slovakia. He's
Yeah.
feeling so confident.
Let's see. New Zealand guy. Yeah.
Oi.
We have the Estonian guy. Is it Estonia? Right? 5 from start. Play number 19. Going really well. Where is he? He's inside. Yeah. He's in 13th place.
Estonia.
Yeah.
Doing 216 average at the moment, yes.
Yeah.
42 pins ahead from 16. Actually, that's 12 more, so 53 ahead of the missing the cut. And he's got the front 5, so he's
Yeah.
going to be happy.
That's good. And we have the New Zealand guy playing pretty good. 9 spare double. We have the... There he is.
It's a lot of bowlers. Not easy to
Yeah.
find them all.
No.
We have to look at many scores, many lanes. Trying to give you the best information we can.
Where is the Icelandic guy? There. Lane 13, maybe? 9 spare strike. He's on the edge. Swiss guy.
And we had a very strong start this morning for Blake in Australia. Now he's slowed down a little bit with 210 to 15.
Yeah.
But he has been slowly coming back to the top.
Oh. Lucky one. Icelandic guy was leaving the
4-9.
4-9 and tripped the 9 pin.
9, yeah.
Yeah. Good place to do it. Now every pin counts for those around the cut.
Yeah, you don't want to leave any pin up there anymore.
No. You want to keep it simple, but you have to strike.
And Slovakia's got the front 6.
Yeah.
He keeps
His ball,
trying and he
good.
keeps trying to get that.
Also,
300
the Estonian guy has front 7.
Front 7 for Estonia already, so
Yeah.
he wants to really secure his spot up there.
On, like we said before, 1920.
Yeah,
The tighter pair. Maybe.
corners are always tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh.
One of the things that I most impressed of the Norwegian guy, not only his consistency on the backup game, but the speed he managed to get on the ball for bowling backup.
Yeah, and he's not only bowling back out like straight, he can curve it as well.
He can do both things.
Yeah. That's great. Good for him.
Makes it look so simple.
Yeah. Using all the tools. That's good. We'll see.
The one thing that I really noticed, if I compare bowling today with bowling 4 or 5 years ago, not only that the two-handers are increasing a lot, obviously it's more and more two-handers, but the way they do it today, it looks a lot more natural than it was 5 years ago. It looks like even the bowling schools and the bowling coaches are starting to realize, what do we need to do in order to let the two hands have the proper timing and stuff?
Yeah.
Because at the beginning it was like, okay, I used to bowl one hand, now I'm going to bowl two hands, and I'm standing on the same spot. Obviously your swing is going to be so much shorter that it doesn't really matter how much you run into the foul line, you're going to be a little bit early over there.
Exactly.
And now we start to see, especially, it was very fun for me to watch this young kid in the PBA, Ethan Fury.
Yeah.
When he was bowling the
Wow.
3 steps.
Wow.
When he was
What a
doing
guy.
3 steps, it was like, this is the perfect 2 hands timing.
Yeah.
This is the perfect 2 hands timing. I have a few.
He will be one of the best in a couple of years.
So easy. Does it so simple. It looks very, very easy. When you look at him, it looks like, even for a guy like me at my age, like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah. And he will stay in the position and release every shot. And that's
post the
yeah.
shot, yeah.
And that's not so many of the two-handers who
No,
does that.
No. Because they do so much power at the very end. They always have the tendency to put the extra step there.
Exactly.
So I get the balance on.
So the Estonian guy has 8 in a row now, and the Slovakian guy has 7 in a row.
Yeah, the Western countries are becoming strong.
Yeah. There's a lot of players bowling good. Not as good as them, but pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of high scoring again. Definitely.
Yeah. There's a lot of players trying to make like 240, 250 here.
Where is Malta standing at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4th. He's 4th.
Yeah.
He's really solid as well. He's playing really, really good bowling during the week.
Now it's Estonia's time again on lane 19. Going for 9.
Should be
Looks
good.
good.
Should be
Wow.
good. Yeah, we got the eyes.
Really solid.
We can still see, even on the screen.
Yeah. And the Slovakian guy playing on lane 6 now, I think.
Yeah, he's on 5-6.
5-6. Playing now on 6, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna take a shot.
Fun to watch. So many good scores. The Ukrainian guy is 7 spare, 9 spare, 4 in a row. Pretty good. The Czech guy going for 279. Here goes Slovakia for 8 in a row.
Oi. So
No,
it was
not
a bit
this
deep.
time.
A bit deep inside.
Yeah.
Well, he's sitting comfy on the first place, so he can actually miss 1 shot. And it's not such a difficult spur, so I wouldn't be surprised if he brings it.
When we're here in Sweden, the Swedish guy is doing really good this year, both in league and the senior team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's fun to watch him. Robin, playing on lane number 2 right now, going for 268 maybe. Yeah.
He did quite good last week in Helsingborg.
Yeah. Wow, what a performance.
That was a tougher pattern. That wasn't as simple as this one.
No.
Definitely.
It wasn't. The Estonian guy going for the 10th frame. Lane number 20 right now. Oh, look good. Oh, yeah.
That was a very nice pin action over there. Very beautiful strike.
10 in a row. Going for 300.
Is it going to be the first 300 of this week? We have been close and trying to get it.
Yeah, it hasn't been one.
No, not yet. Not yet.
So it's time for it now.
If it doesn't happen, don't blame it on us, yeah?
Yeah. We can take that. Good shots from staff. Right in the gutter. Taking away a pin in the gutter.
I've seen Sebastian throwing a few gutters this week.
Yeah? He's 100% gutter.
100% accuracy over
Yeah. Something the juniors will learn.
Use the cleaner ball. I used to have a ball like I called the cleaner ball because it wasn't the gutter too often.
Yeah. So the 11th in a row right now, maybe?
Missed a little bit
but
he got the carry.
Really
that
good
was
shot.
A board dipper. Just
Yeah.
checking the room, making sure
Yeah.
he's gonna have the room for the 12th frame.
He's in the right area.
Okay, just one shot to go. Finally, we're gonna get it. I think so, and I hope so.
Yeah, he looks locked in.
And that's gonna give him a very comfortable spot for the last two games.
Yeah.
He can relax a little
For a
bit.
300. Here he goes.
Here we go. Hold it, hold it.
Oh yeah!
Oi, 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 oi.
300, really good.
I think he missed even deeper this
Yeah.
time. So he hit the wall of oil and it was like, is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? But finally, ladies and gentlemen, we got the first 300 of the game. It's done by, let me see the name, it's not easy to say. Henrik Sim, Estonia. Congratulations. First 300 game of the week. That's always going to be his honor.
Yeah, really good. What a performance. Just in the right time.
Just in the right time, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So he went to 221.4 in average with that one.
That's going to be a jump up.
Yep. That's really good.
That puts him almost 8 pins ahead in average to the cut. So
yeah, that would be enough.
It should be more than enough.
Yeah.
It would have to be a total catastrophe to fall down from there.
Yeah. So, what do we have here? The Mexican guy. No, the Italian guy. I mean, he's 230.
246 on his way.
246, yeah.
With the striker.
And we have a couple of more good ones. The Ukrainian guy has 6 in a row.
United States is a little bit of a surprise. He hasn't really found his comfortable zone during the whole week. Has a lot of ups and downs. He can, as soon as he makes 250, the next game he can go down to 160, 170.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a lot of self-pressure. I mean, when you become, as a Swedish guy, you probably had the same feeling.
Yeah.
You guys are so successful when you get to a major event.
Yeah.
Everybody's expecting you to be either winning or at the top 3. It's not something that we never had this problem in the Spanish team.
No.
they were never expecting anything from us. So whenever we got a medal, it was like, who are they?
And you guys were really good for a couple of years.
We had quite a good team in the late 90s.
Yeah.
We had a very experienced bowler. He actually was a European champion a couple of times in the 80s, lefty. Then we had a couple of quite decent bowlers that they spared everything and they actually could strike.
Yeah.
And I was starting to be good. I was like 15, 16 when I started bowling at the national team. So it was a fun group actually. Yeah, we did a lot more than anyone could expect it.
Yeah.
But it didn't last that much. The old one became too old, I became too lazy, and yeah, the team vanished, went back to the normal low results. Hopefully they're gonna get better pretty soon again.
Yeah.
I know they're doing a little bit of job, especially in the Catalan area.
Yeah.
We have a lot of help coming from Luz Leal from Colombia. She was world champion, former national team in Colombia. She's been living in Spain for a few years. And she's doing a good job with the girls. I certainly hope that the level is going to go a little bit higher in the following 4 or 5 years. Let's see.
Yeah, hopefully. 2.
He's going for 270. What is it? No, he had a 6. That's true. 279 is going to be. I don't see.
2.
On 5 and 6 as well. We're gonna have it to 70. Oh, Czech Republic.
Yep.
There you go. Good game for him as well.
Really good.
He's gonna jump up 2 spots. It wasn't that far. I mean, it was 80 pins behind the cut.
Yeah.
With 280, he's gonna jump a few spots up, get closer to the cut for
The
sure.
Italian guy was like 80 after maybe. 246 now.
Mhm.
Still a chance. Pretty much.
249. That's a good
Yeah.
game again for Slovakia. I mean, if you bowl 240 on a bad game,
That's okay.
that's more than okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A lot of 230, 240 games here.
Yeah, the scores are definitely not going down. On the
No.
contrary, they seem to get higher and higher.
Seems that way. Oh, nice messenger.
And he needed that.
Yeah.
He
Chris
really
should be
needed
happy with
one.
that.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't get it, it was a little short of 200.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And when you are fighting to get in the cut, which average is around 213, even with a 200 game, even if he does another couple of strikes, it's going to be a 204.
Yeah,
So he's probably going to miss a few pins to the cut in this game.
I think so. So the New Zealand guy is doing maybe 220. That's good for him. The England guy, the English guy, where he is at?
Where's the
There,
flag?
215 maybe?
I don't see him too many screens.
Lane number 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, 2. Is it 215? Yeah.
Yeah, 85, 215, yeah. So he's actually doing the average of the cut.
Yeah,
Not gonna go up, not gonna go down.
he will be there. But he will. I think he will beat the Ireland guy now.
Yeah, he's gonna make 11 more than the Irish guy if he strikes one more. And Germany Germany was in trouble. They shot 183, so Germany's gonna be
Oh, that's not good.
a little bit lower at the moment.
210.8 in average right now. The German guy.
See, Czech Republic got all his way up to 18th place now.
Yeah.
It's only
Big game for him.
Yeah, only pin and a half average short.
Now it's the Switzerland guy, 214.6 in average. And it's the Ireland guy, 211. So it's really tight. It's 3 points in like 8 places maybe.
Yeah, the last two games are going to be quite exciting.
Yeah.
You can expect some pressure going on. I wouldn't be surprised. Either way, some of them scoring super high because they just, they get that extra motivation that it's like something clicks on your brain and like, okay, now is the time to do it. And then unfortunately, we can see the opposite as well. For some of them, it's going to be too much pressure.
Yeah.
It's going to be too much tension, then tougher to repeat shots, and then they're going to drop down.
Yeah, this will be a mind game for a lot of players in both ways.
As we said a few minutes ago, it's a mental game. It's very important to be settled on the right spot. And I guess that's going to be the job of the coaches.
Yeah.
Not so much about technique anymore. It's a little bit more of keeping their mood on the right spot, keeping their focus on the right spot. Don't let the pressure become a factor.
No, I think the coaches are doing more job these games than they have done the first 16 games or whatever they have played.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is where you really have to work.
And we had that first 300 game. I'm really happy about it. We have been trying to get that first 300 game, and it was always some solid pin here and there.
It was a really good game.
Maybe we get a 300 game on the ladies later on.
Hopefully.
Why not? They bowled a lot better yesterday.
Yeah.
From day 1 to day 2, they
learned something as well.
They made a big jump up.
Yeah.
I also saw a lot of changes compared to day 1. There was a lot less urethane for them.
Yeah.
There was a lot more reactive going on. And in this kind of pattern, in my eyes at least, I could be wrong, obviously, I don't have to be right, but in my eyes, for the girls, they have that slightly little bit less speed than the guys.
Yeah.
On day one especially, I saw some of them with way too much grit on the ball, standing too far outside, so the ball was jumping either too early, and as soon as they moved a little bit in,
Yeah.
they couldn't carry anymore, the ball was lacking some energy. Yeah, it's getting pretty interesting now. So, okay, let's see how the scores have updated already. New Zealand is 15. Switzerland is now currently on 16th place because it's just got 3 low games in a row. 188, 170, 183. And is only 4 pins ahead of England. And
The Icelandic guy.
14 from Czech Republic.
Yeah. The Icelandic guy was making jump with a 259 game. So it's
13th. Oh, it's a big jump over there. No, it's 1 game missing.
yeah,
No, 1 game missing over there. That's why.
the Latvian guy.
I was gonna say we had a big jump over there, but no, it's the game hasn't come up yet. Okay, 24th is 98 pins down, but we have 2 games to go, and with such high scoring pace, he still have a chance. I think up to top 24 still have a chance to make it to top 16.
Of course, yeah. 2 big games and
And you're there.
yeah,
I mean, and now the transition is already there. So if you find the right spot, the lane should open for you. It should be a little bit easier.
it could be easier for some guys and a
And
little bit
tougher.
harder for some guys. Yeah.
Tougher for someone, especially if you find that waffling thing
Yeah.
down the lane.
And if you hit the pair, that's a little bit tougher. It's even worse. So make good shots and make your spares.
Yeah, make your spares,
Yeah.
definitely. These 2 games you're gonna really need to make your spares. Okay, let's see, where are we? You think Slovakia is gonna go for 1 more run to try to get the 300 game after all?
Maybe. It looks that way for the 2 last games, so why not?
He moved now to 7A, right?
Yeah,
7A.
like you said, better lanes from 7 and
Yeah,
up.
7 and up, it should be better, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see. A lot of open frames now.
Yeah. He started with the strike again.
Yeah.
It's a non-stop machine. It's gonna be interesting though to see how they adjust tomorrow when they bowl the top 16 round robin.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that many bowlers on the lanes. It's gonna be half the bowlers, more or less.
Yeah.
So the traffic is gonna become a little bit less intense. Transition is gonna take a little longer to appear.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun to see how they adjust. I think Slovakia should be fine because he has been bowling a little bit deeper than most of them right
Yeah.
from the start.
Yeah.
So he's not really staying out there in the friction like some of the others are doing.
Maybe he will be by himself, but maybe the transition it didn't happen quite that fast, so it's a little bit faster for him.
Denmark seems to be struggling a little bit today. It's got an open frame on frame 1, open frame probably now with a big church on
Yeah.
frame 2. And he's standing, but he's still up there,
Yeah.
right? He's
200, 236, 257, 234
yeah,
today.
that's what
That's
happens
okay.
when he bowls so good on the first 2 days.
Yeah.
If you don't see him doing that high, all of a sudden it feels like he's not doing that good. But no, he
Yeah.
just shut my mouth. He's doing pretty good actually indeed.
He's okay today.
He's just okay. Just had a couple of rough frames, but well, he's on lane 5-6. We said those pairs are supposed to be a little bit tougher.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he starts with an open.
Needs to adjust.
Yeah. A little adjustment. Then he's in in the zone again. So let's see here. So Saudi, it's New Zealand, Switzerland, England.
It's pretty tight.
Czechia.
Pretty tight.
Yeah, it's really tight.
I mean, we could say Iceland is a little bit ahead because
Yeah.
it's already 72 pins away, but it's 2 games to go, so it's still not
Yeah, but
yet there.
it's really tight from place 14 to 23, 24.
Yeah, actually we have on 14 we have 34-25, and if we go all the way to 23 is 100 pins.
Yeah.
And 100 pins in 2 games is
It's
nothing.
yeah,
Nothing.
it's doable. Oh,
But later on, guys, we will have some more commentaries also coming on with some of the big stars. I know for a fact Chris Lone is going to be with us a little while during the girls' squad. And we're going to try to see if we can steal some time again from Martin and Jesper and some of the big guys. We're going to try to ask Pontus as well to come and let us know a little bit how he sees the game. But in the meantime, you're stuck with us. Just the Spanish guy and Joaquin.
yeah. And nobody Swedish guy.
Where is Robin, by the way? Where is he bowling now?
He's bowling on 1920.
1920.
Open frame, 2 in a
Oh,
row.
open frame, open frame. I guess he didn't like the same area as the Estonian guy.
No. And the Estonian guy starts with strike, spare, on lane 1 and 2.
Yeah. What is he?
The Ireland guy starts with a triple. That's a good one.
And he needs it.
Yeah.
And he's at the moment he's 25 short to the cut. So every strike he gets puts him a little closer to reaching his goal. It doesn't look like Denmark like this pair. And then of course we have Slovakia playing on his own league.
Yeah. He's in a different league.
Starting with the front 3 again, and let's see how many he gets this time.
At least 7, right?
7 is... If he gets less than 7, we can expect an ugly face coming back like, oh, what's happening? I lost my feeling.
A bad game.
I only shot to 30.
Yeah.
I should retire already.
Almost like the Danish guy.
Yeah, that's a good spare for Denmark, so he can go back to normal.
The Iceland guy, triple. 4 in a row. I mean.
4 in a row for Iceland, yeah. And he's also fighting in the...
Or 3 in a row. Or maybe something. He's playing good.
We got our glasses on, but the screen is not that big, so we take some time to see exactly what's going on. Okay, we got Ireland again. Let's see if he gets the 4th one.
Yeah.
I bet Chris is back there, pushing as hard as he can. And Robin had the 3rd open frame.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Not a good pair for him. Oh, 4 in a row for Ireland.
4 in a row for Ireland. Oh, and it's gonna get the 4th one. It's just got the 4-9.
He had a little bit of problem with 1 game every squad, it seems like. Robin.
Yeah.
1 pretty low the first day, and 1 game in 180 yesterday, I think.
Maybe I'm gonna ask him later on. Is it that you prefer tougher parents, Robin?
Maybe.
But he shouldn't have any problem. I mean, where is he standing at the moment?
Yeah, it's
top 8.
Yeah,
he's got over 200 pins to the cut, so even if he has a very messy game, it shouldn't be a problem for him.
No.
Slovakia, here we go again. Oh, he He only got 4 this time. No, 3. Turkey and 9. Maybe he's slowing down, keeping the energy for tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's got the job done. Yeah, we can actually see now it's game number 5. Transition is obviously completely in there. You can see already the reaction on the balls. Some of the balls are jumping pretty quickly. It's like they touch a very dry heads. And some of the balls also, when they get back there in the back end, they slip away a little bit and they don't really react as much. And that's obviously all that urethane in play with a very, very low differential, just a single track on the flare, and that's pushing the oil down the lane.
It seems like it's very important where you're at the lane. So
yeah, now it's becoming important. I mean, it's also, we were talking about the mental part of the game that coaches needed to take care, especially for those guys now fighting to make it into the cut.
Yeah.
But you can never forget what goes on the lane. I mean, you really need to pay attention to what type of transition you're gonna be hitting at the next game.
Yeah. And these far in the block, like we are 4.5 games in. There's a lot of players has been bowling quite different lines on the lane. So yeah.
Yeah, you can find the lane very, very easy, or you can find the lane very, very tough. It's one of the things, I mean, if you ask me, that's one of the things that I miss from my youth, when it was a little bit more popular to bowl 2 and sometimes even 4 games. When we bowled 8 games tournaments and 4 games in the same pair.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them they tell you, yeah, but that's very unfair if you get a bad pair. But even if you get a bad pair, if you got 4 games,
Yeah.
I mean, you end up finding the line.
Yeah, sure.
You end up finding a spot that's good.
You will make the lane for yourself.
And sometimes these new formats that you change every game, it becomes a little bit lottery, depending on who you follow and who has been doing or whatever they have been doing.
Yeah.
Right before you get there, it's gonna affect on your game.
Like last week, the European men's, they were very different between lanes, I heard.
And last week was a tough pattern or a little bit tougher pattern, we should say, because it wasn't that tough.
No.
Yeah, you guys need to remember that the pattern is only the pattern until you start making a few shots on them. Every single shot you make on the pattern is going to affect it, so the pattern is only the pattern for after the machine has passed. And we have a tendency, bowlers, to blame it on the guy of the machine, when actually we should blame it on ourselves.
Yeah,
it
all
is
the
actually
bowlers.
our fault.
Yeah.
Are we making the lane easier? Are we making the lane tougher? And we tend to blame it on the boogie. Yeah, that Kegelman didn't do the job as I was expecting. No, it's not the Kegel
He pushed the
guy.
button.
No, he just pushes the button, exactly.
So the Ireland guy. Oh,
5-7. That's
5-7 after 5
that's
in a
a
row.
bath break.
Did you think that was Chris' idea?
I think he missed in, like at least a couple of boards found the oil, and the ball did not react anymore.
No.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, Robin is back.
Yeah, he finds something. But it seems like that's the thing with urethane. I think he bowls with urethane, so if you miss just a little, it can be like 5-7 or 5-pin or 8-pin or so, like, yeah.
Actually, yesterday when I made the interview with the boy from Norway, actually it was his coach told me you should ask him that. So we just made a joke. But he has so much power and so much speed, and yet, nice pair, very nice pair, but yet he left the 5-10 twice.
Yeah,
twice. And that's no doubt it's because of the balls reading so early and losing all the energy before they get down there. It doesn't matter how much speed you have, it doesn't matter how much reps you have.
No.
The ball can die.
Yeah. So the Slovakian guy, he have a tough game, like we said. Oh.
That was close.
That was close.
Nobody
Oh.
worries, just the fire alarm. We're gonna run away, but we'll be back.
Lane number 9 and 10 is on fire. There's quite some high scores. 8 in a row from the
Malaysia?
Malaysian guy,
Malaysia, I think, yeah.
And the
Is
Saudi
comfortable
guy
sitting
is
on the
bowling good.
top 11 at the moment, so he's
Yeah.
happy to be there.
The Icelandic guy is pretty good bowling, and the Saudi guy needs to bowl good. Bowls good. That's a good pair, maybe?
It looks like
Yeah.
somebody did a good transition over there. Open up the lane pretty well. Oh, beautiful spare for Italy, 4-9.
The Czech guy is bowling well, bowling good as well. 9 spare,
9
6
spare,
in a row.
6 in a row, and he was getting close to the cut, so
Yeah, he
he's
needs
doing
it.
good.
Oh,
I
10
just
pin.
got a 10 pin, but hopefully he's gonna spare it.
Hopefully.
And he's gonna be doing okay. He's getting closer to the cuts. It's actually fighting his way up there.
Yeah. Oh, Malaysian guy leave the 10 pin. No, the 3 10. The baby spot. Is it?
Oh, true, it's a pin in the
Oh!
gutter. Yes,
That was a new one.
that's a half baby split there.
Yeah. It looked a little bit different, yeah.
I used the backup to split the 10 pins for the Czech Republic, so
Yeah.
it did good.
Perfect.
Oh, it's getting intense. It's getting very intense.
Let's see what they will do. The New Zealand guy has 5 in a row. Lane number 20. Nine and 10 looks like the best pair right now for all the players. 279 going for 279, the Malaysian guy, and the Saudi guy going for 259, 69. The New Zealand guy needs to strike to stay in the cut. Where's the English guy? A little bit in trouble right now, but around 200 maybe this game. We have Czech guy outside the cut, bowling really well.
It's not that far though, yeah? How far is he at the moment?
He's
14,
just
only
14
14 pins
Yeah.
to the cut. And he's going for a very high game, so it should put him up there.
Yeah.
Switzerland was, or Switzerland, because he's now currently on 16th place. And he has been struggling a little bit for the past 3 games.
He's
Not sure it's
lane
the
number
pressure,
12.
not sure it's
Not playing
just
great.
that they didn't find whatever was
It's
working
sparing.
good at the beginning.
Oh. The Icelandic guy was missing a single pin.
How strange that someone is missing a single pin. I'm surprised.
Yeah. The Saudi guy is going for 279.
And that's going to be very good for him. He's
Yeah.
going to be happy. It's going to
And the New
make
Zealand
him a
guy,
bit more comfy. Yeah?
the New Zealand guy has 5 in a row, 6 in a row right now.
Sitting on 15th place at the moment.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
Number 14 and number 15, Saudi Arabia and New Zealand going for high games.
Yeah.
So they're trying to secure the spot up there. Number 16, that's Switzerland, is having a bit of an issue. Is going for like 180, 190 game. So that's going to put him in trouble for the last game. But we
Yeah.
have seen him already doing very high games. So maybe he does a strong comeback at the very last game to make it. And it's going to be tough. Where do we have England? I don't see the English.
England is on lane 8, struggling a bit.
Yeah, he's got just a double, so it's for a low 200 game unless he makes a double now in the 10th. He could go all the way up to 220.
Yeah.
But he's still a few pins short to the cut at the moment, and Czech Republic was going very high, and Ireland is going for quite a high game.
Yeah.
And Germany is not that far, but I don't see where Germany is bowling at the moment. Oh, he's in lane 19 and 20. He's
Yeah.
bowling with Robin, and he's for 200, so it's not that. It's gonna be tight. We're gonna have a very, very tight, interesting last game.
Yeah.
A lot of people fighting to get that last spot.
A couple of big games now. 254 on lane number 3. Czech guy is doing really good.
By the way, in the meantime, let me ask you, you're bowling for Storm, aren't you?
No,
No?
I'm not.
I thought you were bowling for Global, or...
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Oh, a lot of years ago.
So you're freelance now?
Yeah.
You just choose whatever you want to do, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite bowl at the moment?
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's a good question. Yeah?
I would say it's...
I mean, if we ask anybody below 20,
Yeah.
we know what the answer is going
Yeah.
to be. No,
My
freaking out
answer
about
will
that.
not be the Purple Hammer. I'm sorry, but it's not. I would say I like the Ion Max a lot,
Mhm.
and I like the new Belmo Identity.
The Identity. I
Yeah.
haven't tried that one yet.
I like it a lot. I bowl with it pretty much every time I bowl.
I mean, I've been bowling for Storm for the last about 10 years or so, since I came back to bowling.
Yeah.
But this year I haven't signed the contract because of my injury.
Yeah.
I mean, it made no sense to me to sign a contract when I know my back is not functioning, and, you know, just grab the balls and make one game, and then what do I do with those balls? It didn't make any
Exactly.
sense for me, so I didn't sign the contract. But of course, I've been bowling for Stone for so many years that if you ask me, especially for me that I bowl in the south of Europe, and we don't usually have that much amount of oil as the rest of Europe or the rest of the world, I would probably have to go for... I really love the Tour Dynamics.
Yeah.
The Tour Dynamics is an spectacular ball for me. With that low differential, it allows me actually, you know, in Europe everybody's using the Purple Hammer.
Yeah.
And especially in south of Europe, the patterns are always so similar. They are all standing between 12, 15 in the arrows, sending it out to 7, 6. So the Tour Dynamics allows me to stay on the outside
Yeah.
of all of them. Just give a little bit less reps to the ball, increase my speed a little bit, and then I become a lefty.
Yeah.
Because I use the traffic of the purple. It makes the lane longer for me on the left side, so I have an incredible hold over there.
That's good.
But beyond that, I still would have to go for the IQ Tour Original.
Yeah, that's
Phase
good.
2.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love those balls.
I have those two in
I
my
have to drill at least
personal.
one every season.
Yeah. I think the Sen 25 is really good. as
Sen
well.
25 looks pretty good as
Yeah.
well. But as I said, I haven't drilled any ball for the past
No.
6-7 months because I'm injured, and makes no sense. I mean, I would probably have to drill a 10-pound balls at the moment in order to bowl. But it's a lot of interesting material coming out.
Yeah. It is. There's a lot of bowling balls that seems really good at the moment, so hopefully they will still evolve like in the years.
And the IQ Tour 78, I mean, that ball ignited something in my brain, because back in the 90s I used to bowl with a lot less rep rates. It was a lot more of follow through, let the ball do the job for you, and I was super good to bowling far outside, out in the gutter. But then, you know, the new balls and the new patterns, and when Allen came down to coach in Catalonia, it was like, oh, you need to learn to grip it, and you need to use the elbow and all that stuff. And for once in my life, I was hooking the ball as much as I wanted, and I got used to go deeper, 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 and for some reason, I forgot how to ball out there, and I forgot how to ball without giving it reps. And as soon as I drilled that ball, I polished it because it was like it's too dry in the south of Europe to get it out of the box with that 500 grit.
Yeah.
And as soon as I polished it, it allowed me to move so far out to the right that something clicked in my brain like, ooh, now I remember how I used to do it back then. And I had a lot of fun until I got injured with that ball. As I
Yeah.
said, so it was mostly using the IQ 78 or Tour Dynamics, so I could stay
Yeah.
on the outside of the purple hammer guys.
You can play it more outside for a longer time, a straight line.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so many things you can do in today's game. You don't always have to run deeper and deeper and deeper. You can use the room.
You can actually change your hand position and your rev rates or
Yeah,
your speed.
things that they don't do anymore.
No.
Change the hand position, change the speed, speed control,
Yeah.
shoot it stronger if you need, shoot it slower if you need.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things you can guys learn to do in the game. But back to business. One game to go. I see a lot of strikes everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's very high games again. So we're gonna give you an update in
The
about,
Czechian guy did a 269, right? Yeah, 269. So he's really good now. And the New Zealand guy has start with an open frame and strike everyone since.
yeah, the spots are gonna shake around a little bit after this game. So we're gonna have to
There's a
give
lot
you,
of high games, but there's also a lot of low games right now.
I think the low games are those who have already realized, oh, my chances are gone.
Yeah.
And somehow your brain kind of gives up a little bit, stops fighting it.
Yeah. 240 for the Ireland guy. That's big for him in this situation. Hard for England, 190.
Yeah, England is going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Germany is going to be in trouble. We shot 190 as well.
Yeah.
Switzerland is going to be in trouble.
We were talking about the Slovenian guy. He did 178 now, so that's not good for him.
Slovenia is going down as well.
Yeah.
Philippines, I haven't seen.
No.
Philippines, where are you? Too many flags. Hard to find them all.
Too many lanes to keep track of.
Yeah.
Here goes the New Zealand guy on lane 19 for the 9th in a row.
See what I say? Now he's bowling regular.
Yeah.
He
Really
has
good.
been bowling all morning,
Yeah.
going back up. He wasn't really finding it. Now he decided to bowl normal, use the area, and he's going like pretty high. He's on his way for a 279.
Yep. That's really good for him.
And it's gonna make him jump up, definitely.
Yeah, from 16th place, right?
Especially because 16, 17, 18, they made low games.
Yeah.
Could be the pressure as well.
Could be.
You get tense, you get some anxiety.
Like we talked about before, the mental game.
It becomes tougher to perform.
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, really good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He's on the 270s already.
270 something.
He's gonna jump up. He was on 16, and with this game, he's gonna go up for sure.
Yeah.
Singapore shot 170, so they
Yeah.
put themselves a little bit in tricky situation at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Still inside, but he's gonna have to make a good last game.
248 on the Saudi guy. That's good for him. Going up a couple of
Yeah, Czech
places.
Republic 279, 269. That's
big games.
538 on the last two.
When I need it.
That is a big jump. I don't see Latvia. What was Latvia? not be a 180, so he's gonna go down as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it actually is happening like that. Guys who were spotted from 16 till 19, they have not really made high games. They went a little bit lower. And the guys who were 13, 14, 15, they made high games, so they went up.
The Slovakia guy leads by 112
112 pins.
pins from second
He's
place.
sitting at 236.9 average.
That's pretty good.
That's quite good, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, scores are updated. One game to go. 16 at the moment. It's Singapore, isn't it?
214.9.
So the scores keep going up.
Yeah.
So even Ireland with a 245 game,
Just
still
outside.
short, 32 pins short.
Yeah.
England is now 65 pins short.
Yeah.
Switzerland it's 74, and Germany it's 90 pins down.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, after Germany
It's not that tight
game
anymore.
over.
Yeah.
So it's only Ireland, England, Switzerland, and Germany. If they do a very high game, it's gonna have a chance to get up there.
Yeah, and Singapore, Czechia, and Saudi needs also bowl really good to stay inside.
At least make sure that they don't do any bad games.
Yeah.
So now sparing is finally coming into play.
Yeah.
Don't miss a single pin anymore.
The spare game is most important now.
So we all talk about purple hammers, we all talk about two hands, we all talk about rep rate, we all talk about speed. But then when the end is coming, it's going to be sparing, it's going to be consistency, and it's going to be the mental game.
Yeah. Shot making. Robin started off with a double. That's good.
Okay.
Or was it the first one?
Let's see, Ireland,
That's right.
Singapore, what are they?
Singapore's
Okay, Ireland
Eighth
moves
pla-
to lane
uh,
1 and 2, so he's
Pittsburgh.
not going to be happy. The same for the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Lane 1 and 2. It's only 2 bowlers on that pair. Did someone give away?
I think the scores will be there when he shot. Yeah.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay, okay, okay. My mistake. Sorry, guys.
So where do we have?
Trying to find Singapore, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's here.
Uh-huh.
Lane number 16, maybe.
17,
17, 18,
17,
yeah.
18. Because those are the guys we need to follow through.
Yeah.
Now. Czech Republic, Singapore, Saudi Arabia seems to have a little bit of more room, 50
Yeah,
pins
a little
compared
bit
to
room.
Ireland.
Yeah.
And Ireland is already on lane 1 and 2, which is not the favorite pair for many of the bowlers. So hopefully it doesn't affect him mentally and he doesn't overthink too much and just bowls. Let's see what Chris can do about it.
Yeah. It will be a good game between Ireland and Czech Republic on lane 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's still
And
in
they
the
are,
race, both of
they
them.
are just 3 pins, one from the other.
Yeah. And the Singapore guy open frame. That's not good.
Oh,
Where's the England guy there? Lane 9. Double for England?
England, double. Yeah, he needs a lot of strikes
Yeah.
now. He's a little bit low to the
Yeah,
cut,
he
so
is.
it definitely... Ooh, 5-7-10 on lane 2 for Ireland.
Oh!
My goodness.
Good choice of Chris.
Yes. We're gonna have to ask him later on. Five, 7-10. I mean, I think it's the first 5-7-10 I see in the week.
Yeah.
That's what we guys were talking a little bit later on when you're using the urethane. And you get it a little bit too deep.
Yeah.
And it stops working. Now it's time to start
It will not go through the pins the
spin
same
it a
way.
little bit
Yeah.
more, slow down perhaps. Make sure it has some energy at the back.
Double for Robin, for the Swedish followers.
And believe it or not, Czech Republic just got the strike on lane 1.
Oh,
He
great.
had the 5-pin as well, but the messenger took it down. So we almost
Yeah.
had twice the 5-pin standing in lane 1 and 2.
And Singapore spared the 5-7 in the first frame. So there's a lot of
A lot of
5-7.
5-pins happening.
Yeah.
There,
Not the same reaction down lane anymore.
No. That was something that was pretty obvious yesterday on the girls squad with Colombia. She was playing really good. She was doing really good. And all of a sudden the ball stopped working.
Yeah.
And in my eyes what I saw is that they were moving too much parallel.
Yeah.
Instead of, okay, it's not coming back from here. Just gonna send it out there to make it bounce.
Yeah.
But obviously it's very easy to say when you're behind
When you're
the
sitting
lanes
here.
and you're sitting behind, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And then when you're bowling, it's not the same, definitely.
But I can think sometimes you need to look at the best bowlers in the squad, like the Slovakia guy.
Mhm.
He bowled a little bit more inside, but he will send the ball
Send
the
the
gutter.
ball to the gutter,
Yeah.
exactly. Send it from the oil to the friction.
Exactly.
And then is when you get the best of it. If you send it even further out to the friction, it's gonna come back. If you miss a little bit in, it's gonna hold on
Yeah.
the oil.
So I thought that there were more people who were doing that thing instead of just moving left and hold it tighter.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of players that hold it too tight now, I think.
Yeah, and then the angle is not good enough.
No.
And if there is one thing that has not changed during the last 50, 60 years, is that you always want to find more oil inside of your target
Yeah.
and more friction outside of your target. That's the only
Exactly.
thing that hasn't changed and probably will never change.
No. And it doesn't matter what kind of ball you bowl with. That's still the thing you need.
That's still the rule you need to
Yeah.
respect. Otherwise, you're going to be putting yourself in trouble. Okay, Czech Republic, lane 2. Another light strike for the double. He's going to be very pleased with that.
Yeah. Singapore has a little bit of trouble. Let's see now. Oh, good strike.
That was a good strike, yeah. They need to start striking.
Where do we have the Switzerland guy? There. Lane 13, 14 maybe?
13, 14, true.
Yeah.
Nah,
Strike, spare, spare.
yeah, 13,
That's good.
14, 13, 14.
But he needs a big game, so he needs to start striking now.
I mean, after all, when you look at the scores, he's actually 54 and 19 at 73 pins behind.
Yeah.
The cut at the moment. So he really needs to go for a 250, 260 at least.
At least, yeah.
And hope for the guys on the cut to drop
I
down
think
a
he
little
needs
bit.
to strike out.
Oh, he got the 10 pin now, so
Yeah.
it's not good. Not looking good for
Oh.
Switzerland.
No, sorry about that, but
And Germany has got spare, strike, so he also should strike out, otherwise he's going to be out of chances.
yep. And
Especially after the double from Singapore.
yep. And Czech Republic guy bowled pretty good. 10 pin now.
And where do we have Arabia? At
There.
the moment?
Lane
Over
number
there.
11.
No open frames, just spares.
Yeah, one open frame.
Is it?
9 spare, 7
Yeah,
to
that's true,
strike,
that's true.
spare, spare.
He's got those 20 pins extras
Yeah.
compared to Singapore and so.
with one open frame. Yeah, it's tight. Where's New Zealand? Even if it's a little bit ahead of everyone, but
I lost him.
I lost him. There, lane number 5-6, right? No,
Nah, that's Blake.
no, that was Blake. Yeah,
Blake.
There, lane number 1.
Oh, he's also on
Oh,
lane
4 in a
number
row.
one, and 4
That's
in a
good
row.
for him.
He's gonna make it easy.
Yeah. He's in.
So 16, 17. It's still Ireland fighting for it. Still has a chance. He needs a lot of strikes though.
Ireland's double, going for a third now.
And the 7 was the 5, 7, 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been a strike. It's pretty deep.
Oh,
Oi,
triple.
oi, oi, oi.
That's good for him.
Yeah, but if I had to put my money there, I'm not sure I would do it after seeing that reaction. I mean,
No.
urethane that deep inside doesn't look like the carry's going to be that good. Boy, another 5-pin missed
Miss.
by quite a while. Should have got our hands up.
Yeah.
Where is Mr. Slovakia, by the way? Where is he standing?
Slovakia is on lane number 9, 10, right?
And striking?
Yeah.
How usual, eh?
3 in a row, 9 per strike. And England has 3 in a row, open frame double.
He needs to strike out, make 260 something,
Yeah.
and pray. Lit some candles.
Oh. Singapore 3 in a row. I would say that Germany is gone now. Open frame in the 6.
Yeah.
No.
Germany is gonna be out.
Yeah.
Germany is out.
Sorry about that, or all the Germany's guys. Looking.
Switzerland doesn't look good either. Aside is a very, very kind guy actually. Both of them are very nice. I haven't met yet anyone who was too cocky or
No.
too pretentious. We have a bunch of pretty nice kids in this event. They
Very.
are kind, they are sweet, they are treating pretty well each other. They are respecting each other.
That's good.
That's one of the things that we didn't do that good, at least in my generation. We were always with a high nose, and it took us a while to learn from the best. But
Yeah.
thankfully, we had people like Tim Mack and Thomas Leanderson, that they were always so charming, talking to anybody, talking to everybody, being humble, and
Exactly.
they did a lot for the sport. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever Thomas is at the moment, I hope he's happy. We miss the guy. We definitely miss the guy.
We do a lot. A great guy in every way.
Amazing friend, amazing bowler, amazing coach, funny, kind. He had so many good things to give to the planet.
Very.
Maybe that's why he was called up early, up to heaven. He
Yeah.
must be busy up there. We have a few friends already over there.
Exactly. So, Robin has 6 in a row from start.
6 in a row in Robin. Also, we have 6 in a row from Poland in lane 1-2.
Oh.
And 6 in a row for it's New Zealand.
New
actually,
Zealand,
isn't
yeah.
it? Okay, we have
Some big games here. The Saudi guy he's in a bit of a trouble.
he's got
Lane
a
number
couple
11.
of open frames.
Yeah. That's not good for him.
He was 50 ahead of Ireland.
Yeah.
And
Ireland has
now
4 in a row.
4 in a row. So we could have a bounce there.
Spare on Czech Republic.
Yeah, England has a double and a trio, but also an open frame, so he's looking for a 230 game, unless I'm wrong. 230. 230, he would need Saudi Arabia to do 170, 180 in order to overcome.
Yeah. Robin 7 in a row now.
Yeah, not for Poland. He left the 10 pin.
Yep.
So he's out of contest.
Yes. And too far from the cut.
Yeah.
Even
okay,
with
that's a very important
354.
shot for Ireland. I
Yeah.
mean, as soon as he stops striking on any of the shots, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Especially on if the Saudi guy starts striking it. No, 9 pin.
That was a perfect strike.
Yeah,
That was really
great
deep,
one.
high flush. That's the 5th in a row, but with an open frame, it puts him on the 220s. So he really needs to strike out if he wants to have a chance.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia had the single pin on the 9th frame. That's not going to help him.
No.
He needs to spare and triple to make 170 something.
Yep.
170 something, and he was 51 ahead of Ireland. So 170 something, that puts Ireland on the need of 230.
230, yeah.
230 to secure his spot.
Yep.
And take Saudi Arabia's spot. And let's not forget Singapore. Where is Singapore?
Singapore 9 pin on lane number 18 now.
18, yeah.
4 in a row, 9
couldn't
pin.
see. Yeah, he made it okay. I mean, with that 4 in a row, he secured the 200 game.
Yeah. Here goes Robin for 8 in a row, maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Lane number 17. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
8 in a row.
Lillehammer is back.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Swedish, we call him Lillehammer. Lille, it's purple. And his name is Illehammer, so it's just a bit of a joke we have with Robin. Which he takes pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
He's a kind guy.
He's a really good guy. Really down to earth. So Ireland goes here for strike number 6 on lane 2.
This is the one he needs.
Yeah.
That would put him on the 230s already.
This is a big one for him. Singapore bowls as well now. Oh.
And he got it. He's got the strike for Ireland.
Okay. Saudi leave a 10 pin.
Okay, so at the moment, Ireland is ahead.
60, yeah.
Yeah, Ireland is ahead of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is dropping his spot on the top 16.
Yep.
And then they say bowling is not intense. It is intense.
Singapore 7 pin or
7 pins.
7 pins on the first shot.
Yeah.
That's not the best he could do. A good spare.
Very good spare. A chopping there would have been terrible.
Yeah.
England still trying.
Maybe a little bit
He just
too
made
far
a
behind.
double. He still can make 240.
Yeah.
He still can make 240. And how far was he from top 16? Okay, Singapore is gonna do 300.
65.
65. Looks like Ireland is gonna grab that last spot. At the moment, it looks that way.
Yeah. Ireland.
And Czech Republic was already in, wasn't he? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
15, and he's doing a good game as well.
Singapore and Saudi is the one to beat. Robin going for 9 in a row now. Lane number 18.
Oi,
Yeah.
what a pin action. That
Good
was
one.
amazing. It felt like it was 20 pounds, that ball. It hit like chespers.
Here goes Ireland, right? Lane number 1.
Lane number 1. Very important shot. I would
And
say if
Singapore at the same time on lane 18.
he's
Singapore 9
10
pin.
pin strike
Yeah.
for Ireland.
Oh,
Ireland is making all
Ireland.
the way in. I
Is-
mean, he just needs a mark now.
Yeah,
Probably even not a mark. If he doesn't make anything weird, even a 9-0, which is very common in these days, would make it. I think it would make it enough for him.
yeah. 2
76.
10 maybe.
I mean, even with a miss, he would be on the 220s.
Yeah.
So he's already ahead of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That puts him in.
168 on Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Uh,
To England going for 240. Is that enough? Don't think so.
It depends on how far it was from Singapore. 65.
65
65 now, 240. Singapore should miss. And
Yeah.
England would have to strike out.
Singapore spared. Robin going for 10 in a row.
Maybe?
Oh, 10 pin.
10 pin. It looked like he missed a little bit in, yeah.
Yeah. Good game though.
Yeah, Singapore made 210.
Yeah.
That's enough for him. It's going to secure him a spot. Probably going to be number 16.
Seems that way.
And Ireland's going to jump into 15.
And Saudi Arabia outside. Right?
Yep. Czech Republic probably going one spot up to... No, he was already 14.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. What a morning, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a lot of strikes, a lot of high scoring, but a lot of emotions as well.
Yeah.
It has been... The numbers have kept moving up and down all day long.
Strike for
Strike
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. That's going to secure his spot in top 16 as well.
Really good games on lane 1 and 2 this game
Yeah.
when they needed it. Both Czech Republic and Ireland and New Zealand
New Zealand as well.
going for 240 to 279. Yeah. Yeah. Good ones. Saudi 2.
Yeah, Switzerland strikeout for 213.
Ireland. Looks like Ireland need
Just a mark.
220.
Just a mark is
Yeah.
enough.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't really know. He doesn't really know the numbers because it's far away. The other bowlers that he was competing with, they are on the other side of the alley.
Yeah.
So his body language
Yeah,
was a little bit
it's
of,
okay. 230 if he
Yeah,
missed.
But that's what I mean. He doesn't really
He doesn't know.
he's there yet. His body language was like, oh no, I should have gotten a strike, but no, you're there
It's
already.
okay.
He's got 230.
He even doesn't have
with
to
the miss.
spare.
No. You made it all the way in. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to congratulate Chris on
Yeah.
doing a good job after all.
Even after 5-7-10. Sorry guys, but yeah.
Wait.
Oh, he
See,
think he
now he's
missed.
thinking, oh, I missed it. Oh, I'm gonna be out of it. No worries. You're in.
It's no problem.
Unless I'm wrong, you're in.
It looks like.
Yeah, it was actually Saudi Arabia that collapsed on this last game.
Yeah.
He
He
got
needed 219, right?
Yeah, he shot 168,
Yeah. It's okay.
and it was 11-12. I mean, it shouldn't be a tough pair. But to be honest, there has been quite low games on that pair on this last game because we have 160, 140,
Yeah.
220. England did quite good. 247 is going to be pretty close. It's not going to be that far.
No. He's ahead of.
He may actually be 17th.
No. Yeah. Yeah. He's first outside.
I think so, yeah. It's going to be number 17th.
Yeah.
That's a shame when you make 240
He's
something at the
10
last
pins behind Saudi Arabia.
På en avslutning.
Yeah.
Ja. Jag tror du hade lite
Yeah, England will be 18.
Och då är det
Missing by
jävligt skönt
20.
att göra 1,80 där i alla fall. Inte 1,60.
It was pretty close until the very end.
New Zealand going for 279. Yeah. Good one.
But actually, it has happened what we just spoke about it.
Yeah.
The guys in the cut, some of them are gonna get like ignited and they're
Yeah.
gonna go like very high game, and some of the others are gonna feel the pressure, struggle a little bit, go down, and that's bowling and that's life, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's the way things go sometimes.
Ett kvar, ett slag.
Anyway, I mean, we have to congratulate the kids. They bowled unbelievable.
really good.
It was not a very simple pattern from the beginning. They got used to it day after day, bowled a little bit better, found themselves a little bit better.
Yeah, and we have like 30 something over 200 average. Yeah, that's really
That's
good.
pretty good. I
Yeah,
mean, we
yeah.
have 30 teams that are above par,
Yeah,
and that's pretty good. I mean, we want to congratulate every single one of you guys. You did a very wonderful effort. It was a great job. And we
lot
wish
of
you the
good
best
bowlers.
for top 16. It's going to be
Yeah.
quite interesting to see, and let's see what happens.
it will.
We're going to just let you know who was the final top 16, if we have it already. Okay, number one was Slovakia, 236.2 average. Unbelievable. He was 100 pins ahead of number two, which was Norway, 230 average. Romania, number three. Australia was number four. Denmark was fifth. Malaysia was sixth. Robin, Sweden was number seven. Then we have Malta on the eighth position. New Zealand with 279 on the last two games. Went all the way up to ninth place. Estonia, who made it 300 today, was in top 10. Then we have Iceland, Finland, Kuwait, Czech Republic, who did quite good games at the end as well. 279, 269, 234. Then Singapore managed to stay up there. He survived with a 210 on the last game to be 15. And Ireland with a 232 game, he made it on the very last step. Unfortunately for Saudi Arabia, he dropped down with a 168 on the last game. And England was a few pins short after a 242 game to end up. So it was quite an interesting morning. A lot of things went on, and it was funny to be here. And we want to thank Joachim for the company and the commentaries. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you for
I
having
hope
me.
I can have you later on, and maybe on the following days you give us a hand again.
Yeah, we hope so.
Tack så jättemycket. Thank you very much, buddy. I'll see you soon.
See you. Thank you.
Back on the range tomorrow. But I feel for you guys that didn't make the top 16, especially the guys that just missed. I know it's hard. I wish you a quick recovery from that, and best of luck when you get back on the lanes the next time. And I do hope you will enjoy your time here in Helsingborg anyway. So me and my dear friend Jesper had a couple of small giveaways we want to give away. The first giveaway is based on great bowling. We had our first 300 game, the first perfect game today. Henrik